also, I guess, has to because it has to be accountable to the community, right?
I think we're playing on reputation.
Yeah. The community has to trust what you're doing, and how is that trust measured, or what is it? How do you gain trust from the community? What do you always say to the community what it wants to hear, or do you sometimes shake it a little bit? A good friend is there to tell you tes quatre vérités sometimes. So yeah, I think it most of that applies to a community media as well. Le conseil de presse, what this is from, les droits et les responsabilités de la presse is from an organization called the Conseil de Presse. Everybody knows what the Conseil de Presse is? Conseil de Presse is a tribunal d'honneur. How to say that? It's like a public complaints commission for the media. Okay. So if you have a problem with a story in the media, if a media does a story that you don't agree with, or you think it violates those principles, you can complain to the Conseil de Presse, and then the Conseil de Presse will listen to your complaint, and then confront the media you're complaining against, and ask them questions, ask them what's their explanation. It's like an ombudsman, sort of. But they don't have it's like an honors tribunal. I don't know if that exists. It doesn't have any power to punish the media.
Except with what it says.
With what it says. It can blame the media, or it can say that your complaint has no founding, so or something in between. So that's all you can do.
If I know of a story that had false information in it, and when I contacted the journalist to prove it through video information, she refused to
acknowledge it.
Yeah. But she acknowledged it. It was, she was like, oh, I can't believe he told me all this bullshit. Mais c'est parce que okay, it won't make sense if I don't go into detail just a little bit, but it was an article in La Presse about les agents médiateurs. So she had Michael Arruda, who was doing an interview, et à la fin, dernier paragraphe de l'article, Arruda said that there was a video circulating that made the mediators look really, really bad. It was my video.
Okay.
And he talked about what was in the video. He said, oh, we were in an alley with a dead end, a cul-de-sac. He said they were being thrown bottles and stuff like that. And obviously, Katia Gagnon, the journalist who wrote the story, never saw the video because it was offline. Il a seulement apparu sur Internet pendant 48 heures, fait qu'elle n'a même pas pu vérifier l'information sur la vidéo qu'Arruda donnait avant de publier. Donc, moi, j'ai appelé, I called her, I sent her the video, which hadn't been online for months, and showed her, look, he was lying. And she was really mad on the phone. She's like, thank you for calling me, j'en reviens pas qu'il m'a menti comme ça. But she didn't do anything. She started to ignore me. She started, she wouldn't answer my phone calls anymore. Mais avant ça, son intention, c'était de faire un retraction ou quelque chose, et finalement, il y a quelque chose qui a fait changer d'idée parce que...
ça a pas, ok.
Yeah. Fait que ça, je trouve ça vraiment louche.
C'est poche.
Yeah.
So your confidence about la presse have...
Ben oui, je l'ai plus, là, puis il y avait pas beaucoup que je pouvais, tu sais, là, je suis vraiment juste, je suis limitée, là. But yeah, at first she acknowledged, and she was like, yeah, you're right, and I can't believe this, and I have to do something, my story is false now. Mais elle a rien fait, finalement, après avoir avoué.
Elle semblait...
Ouais, il y a quelque chose qui l'a reviré de bord, mais je sais pas quoi. Puis, en tout cas. Puis là, je sais même plus si je suis capable d'en parler parce que la vidéo est utilisée dans un procès qui a lieu maintenant. Fait que...
Ah oui?
Ouais, fait que je sais pas si...
C'est à toi.
Ouais.
You shot it?
Yeah.
It's still yours. You can still use it.
Yeah, okay.
And that might be matter for a complaint to the
I think so.
Maybe maybe you should try it. Maybe you should use it.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have the proof. J'ai encore les courriels. J'ai pas la conversation téléphonique. Mais...
Mm-hmm.
I'll think about it.
Your testimony is as good as hers.
Ben moi, je trouvais ça un peu large de sa part, de sortir des informations qu'elle n'a pas pu vérifier.
Ouais.
Mais là, elle s'est fait pogner. Puis...
Des fois, oui. Journalists are human.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they can be enfiroapés. Enfiroapé means...
yeah.
They can be trumped. They can be had. Fooled. Yeah, they can be fooled.
What journalists?
Journalists. Sometimes. So I think, from what you're saying to me, I think Katia Gagnon was believing what Arruda told her.
Well, the rest of the article was pretty solid, but the last paragraph, it was really a gratuitous mention of this video that no one could ever verify. And it was just like, pourquoi? Ouais. Et pourquoi en rajouter l'article, ça tenait de bout, là? Pourquoi en rajouter un article, un paragraphe qui était comme à la fin?
Okay.
I didn't understand.
What's her name? What's this journalist's name?
Katia Gagnon.
Katia Gagnon?
La presse.
Huh?
La presse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is she like it sounds like she didn't do anything in the end. Like she's thankful that you brought it to her attention.
It sounds like she called Arruda to yell at him because then he called other people and whatever. And
oh really?
Ouais, on est trop proches là, nous autres là.
Okay.
Mais à part de ça, elle a rien fait comme réaction.
But did you get any kind of repercussions, or did
I had Arruda following me, really pissed off. But other than that, nothing. Yes.
Who is this guy Arruda? Don't ask.
It's a mediator police. I filmed him doing something bad, and now it's jeopardizing his career, so he doesn't like me.
He's a mediator police.
Yeah. Anyways,
okay.
I just wanted to know if it was valid for the complaint. I didn't want to.
Maybe she called him and he got some heat, and she thought maybe I don't know. I can't answer for Katia Gagnon, but maybe she thought that was. She didn't want to embarrass him more.
Right.
Or she thought it was not worth it. I don't know.
Right. Well, it would be bad to admit your mistake too, I think.
Oui, that's another thing.
De dire à son patron, justement, je l'ai envoyé à son patron aussi quand elle a commencé à m'ignorer, là, parce que...
That's something, that's something else that you know, in the U.S. there's a tradition to publish their corrections, you know, to acknowledge mistakes and publish corrections. Au Québec, on voit pas ça beaucoup.
Ouais. Mais c'est ça, quand elle a arrêté de me répondre à mes emails, j'ai mis ici son patron, le editor-in-chief, mais ça a rien fait.
Okay.
En tout cas, je vais voir, là, ça marche comment le conseil. Puis,
ouais, ça fait longtemps, ça?
Non, même pas, c'était quand même une couple de mois, oui, c'était peut-être un mois de mars.
Bon, c'est pas en 2005, non, that should be an interesting case.
Yeah.
But it's a question of confidence. So, you know, anybody can become a journalist. Journalism is an open profession. You don't need to study journalism to become one.
What do you mean? You don't have to go to university and get a piece of paper?
No. It's an open profession. Contrary to doctors, lawyers, optometrists, you need a formal education, but also you need to integrate an order, a professional order, to become a doctor, but not a journalist.
So like the Federation of Journalists, that you don't have to be a part of.
You don't have to be a member of that.
Can I get a comment on Silvio Berlusconi?
Oh my God.
He's, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. He owns media, and he's still
billionaire.
Yeah, he owns the television, and he owns more than 60% of all the television.
I don't know him that much. I know Pierre Calpelletto better.
What do you see similarities in the different societies in the media?
Yeah. Pierre Calpelletto, I'm a bit frightened by the fact that he might run for office. or become a minister, and there's been rumors that he
the most horrible rumors I've ever heard.
He might become so already that he's being chosen as president of the board of Hydro-Québec, chairman of the board. That's
yeah. I think Will
that's
told you.
Berlusconi-esque.
Yeah, I think Will told you that whenever you're free next time, if we could get an interview about the media in Québec and je pense que... Coudonc, Will là aujourd'hui là. En tout cas, non c'est ça parce que nous autres on avait aperçu que en Alberta les journaux tout ça, la manière qu'ils annonçaient la East Pipeline, là, ça faisait vraiment peur. C'était évidemment pour les pro-oil qui avaient écrit les articles et tout, donc c'était vraiment comme s'il disait avec un clin d'œil, genre, inquiétez-vous pas, les opposants, ils ont pas assez de pouvoir, là, on va l'avoir notre pipeline, puis après ça, j'ai commencé à regarder, puis c'est sûr que au Québec, on est vraiment pas mieux, tu sais, puis là, avec Toledo qui est à Hydro et Québécois, c'est ça, on aurait voulu parler avec quelqu'un qui aurait pu faire une analyse un peu côté média, pourquoi est-ce qu'on pense que le développement de ressources est tellement positif, whatever. Moi, j'avais cru que William t'en avait parlé déjà. Fait que c'est pour ça. Encore
je pense que le développement des ressources, en fait, j'ai découvert le gaz de schiste à partir de 2010. The media has been very critical about shale gas development. And it's why
pipelines are cool, but shale gas is not.
Why pipeline is maybe something else. I've not followed that much the coverage about the pipeline, but I think from what I've read in the Devoir, it was rather critical.
Okay.
I mean, also, one of the principles of the media is also fairness. So, and that can be tricky. Yeah, fairness. You have to go and pick up the point of view of the shale gas companies, the petroleum companies. What's their argument? You have to listen to it. Then,
no,
okay.
Why?
No, we don't.
Why is that considered fair, though? You know, just out of curiosity, like how did that? Like,
then you pick up their argument, and then you see the argument. You oppose it to the argument of the environmental groups, and then usually.
At this level, though, if you can't see that they're working for the major media, like and they're all just nice and tidy, hand in hand, then you're being a little irresponsible.
I don't know. Again, having covered the shale gas hearings during the back hearings about the shale gas, so I met people from the shale gas industry. I remember a gentleman called Fraser from Talisman Energy, people from local Quebec companies as well. I listened to their argument, okay. And then I tried to balance that with counter arguments. Some make sense, some don't, and then the public hears them. They I don't like to repeat the foxes. We report, you decide. Because they don't. I don't know if Fox reports everything. But I thought that I was reporting everything. And balancing, because.
I mean, if you say that like journalists are supposed to like cover the truth, like what they say is just like this concept. They'll use like neoliberal concepts to like justify what they do, but they won't talk about like the actual what's happening at the level of the people. So I don't see why, like, because their arguments are not like relevant for the people who will suffer from it, because it doesn't mean anything. So why is that covering truth? I don't know.
It's funny because if you talk to again talking about the shale gas companies did not want to talk to us anymore because they thought we were taking sides against them. We were giving according to them we were giving CBC, La Presse, we're giving too much airtime to environmental groups. Really, so we're kind of stuck in the middle. And again, with during the student strikes, I remember, some commentators were really against the right? So that's also something else. You've got two kinds of journalism. You've got reporting journalism and you got opinion journalism. I don't do that. I'm not in that kind of journalism. I've always been a reporter. So as a reporting journalist, I think the coverage was okay. The coverage of the strikes was more or less okay because I've got some family members who were really against the students, and they thought that the media were giving way too much airtime to protesters. And I've got the opposing view as well. People thought that the media were against the students. So I always say when both sides are angry with you, you've done a good job. Huh?
Some true to that.
Some, yeah. So. But ideally, both sides should be. Well, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, one side's going to have to pay a shitload more money than another side.
To sue you, yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. It depends on what. I covered.
There's not a lot of money in saying no to fracking.
No.
But there is a lot of money in saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't argue that there isn't.
No, that's true.
Huge amounts of money.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think any oil company has sued media. So I don't know if there's been any complaints at the Conseil de Presse about energy coverage. I don't know. Mais là sur le pipeline, là, à ce moment, là, c'est. Je me souviens que les médias ont couvert le fait qu'il y a eu des audiences de l'Office national de l'énergie, le 9B. Alors j'ai l'impression que. Et puis là, ça a été difficile. Je pense que les groupes environnementaux ne pouvaient pas présenter quelque chose.
Non, justement, ils ont TVA en tout cas très mal représenté.
They will.
Alright, buddy. How are you, sir?
Good. What's up?
Not too bad.
Non, c'est la manifestation qui
Ouais.
est contre le pipeline. J'en faisais partie et j'ai évité de très peu là, les coups de matraque. Puis justement, encore une fois, ils ont mis une souricière avec des personnes âgées qui n'avaient pas lieu à rapport. Et c'est ça, on n'a pas pu se rendre justement devant les bureaux. Là, puis finalement, TVA, ce qu'ils ont reporté, c'est que les policiers étaient nombreux pour la manifestation de la CLAQ. Parce que la CLAQ n'a pas organisé la manifestation du tout. Et ce qu'ils ont fait, c'est qu'ils ont pris, c'était vraiment un petit paragraphe avec une dizaine de photos de deux gars dont je connais, je sais qu'ils sont non violents, mais il y avait l'idée stupide de porter un masque, tu sais, puis l'autre, il y avait un drapeau. Et on faisait partie d'un contingent qui se faisait suivre par des policiers, donc pendant 2 heures de temps, on marchait entre Préfontaine jusqu'à Square Victoria. Puis eux autres, il y avait eu justement une discussion sur le port des masques, puis ils trouvent ça juste, tu sais, que la peine pour avoir porté un masque, c'est plus que du viol, puis puis essayer de dialoguer avec, tu sais. Puis il portait le masque. Donc, en même temps, il avait comme expliqué un peu pourquoi pour lui il portait. C'était pas pour avoir des mauvais coups, tu sais, c'était vraiment pour le principe. Mais finalement, dans le journal, on n'a rien vu de tout ça. Là, puis apparemment, c'est les mêmes policiers avec qui auraient eu le dialogue qui l'ont arrêté. Fait que, en tout cas, c'est ça. Là, puis une dizaine de photos. Une dizaine de photos, un paragraphe, puis dire que c'est la CLAQ, ça l'est pas. En tout cas. Ouais. Encore une fois, le 1er mai, on était encore dans la souricière du 1er mai, juste, il était 8h30 le soir, puis TVA, il s'est reviré de bord pour avoir une différente arrière-plan pour pouvoir annoncer qu'à 8h30 que tout était fini, tout le monde était à la maison, les policiers étaient chez eux aussi, puis finalement, la plupart du monde n'était même pas encore au poste. Ça a fini à minuit le soir, là, en réalité. Puis le monde était encore dans les autobus jusqu'à 3-4 heures du matin. À 8h30, c'était fini. TVA, là, ouf.
ça, c'est ça.
Ouais, ça aussi, peut-être que je devrais faire une plainte parce que on a une vidéo qui prouve à telle heure qu'on était encore dans la souricière qui n'existait plus. En tout cas, s'il faudrait que je fasse des plaintes à chaque fois.
Chaque fois, ouais. Non, mais c'est de même que. Bon, mais de toute façon, mais ça, c'est un autre problème. TVA ne répond même plus au conseil. Même tous les médias de Québécois. On fait une plainte contre Québécois au conseil de presse et TVA les ignore. Alors, ça, c'est un peu comme, moi je disais à mes étudiants, c'est un peu comme une entreprise qui ne répondrait pas aux plaintes de sa clientèle. Par exemple, si vous allez acheter un iPad chez Future Shop, il ne marche pas l'iPad. Vous voulez le retourner chez Future Shop vous envoie promener, vous ignore. Hein? Qu'est-ce que vous feriez? Vous penseriez de Future Shop?
Ouais.
C'est une compagnie qui se fout de son public, TVA, en ne répondant pas aux plaintes du conseil de presse. TVA agit comme une entreprise qui se fout de son public.
Mais justement, ce conseil-là, il n'y a pas vraiment de pouvoir, c'est plus comme une figure parentale. Que eux autres, ils ont dit fuck you papa, genre. Ok.
Mais les décisions du conseil de presse sont quand même online. Il y a un site.
Ah, ça c'est intéressant, pareil.
Oui. Ils sont même dans un recueil de jurisprudence. Moi, j'aime bien ce site-là qui s'appelle l'Institut canadien d'information juridique ou le Canadian Legal Information Institute. Et du côté français, c'est un recueil de. C'est site where all decisions from every tribunal on the federal level or in any Canadian province, you can find it here. And also, les décisions du conseil de presse are also in there, even though it's not a judicial tribunal. So that's interesting. But that's the best it can do. Conseil de presse du Québec. Gouin contre la presse, Garnier contre le soleil, Garneau contre TVA, let's see that. Garneau contre TVA, Pierrot Garneau contre l'émission Denis Lévesque, blablabla. And it always ends the same way. Pour son manque de collaboration, en refusant de répondre à la présente plainte, le conseil de presse blâme TVA. Journal de Montréal, it's the same story. So they don't care about the public.
It's like making a complaint to the police don't help. So it's like making a complaint to the police beyond the
Well, at least the police is, what if, the SPVM would not answer something and not even go to the that would be terrible.
They answer our letter.
That's not deontology though. I did write a letter saying, why does UTV always get treated differently from other groups of press, and on n'a pas eu de réponse. Justement, c'était notre recours après avoir été arrêté le 1er mai, là. Parce qu'à 8 heures, là, la notice en haut, tu sais. Puis on avait tous nos press badges. Puis à un moment donné, justement, je me fais fouiller par une policière. Puis j'ai dit, je peux-tu avoir justement Julie qui est en charge de la relation médias. Elle dit, tu vas pouvoir l'appeler plus tard, là, mais que tu sois relâché, là, tu sais. En tout cas. Fait que c'est ça, mais ils n'ont pas répondu à notre lettre. Puis,
si vous allez en commission déonto, they'll have to answer. But the TVA doesn't even answer when you go to the conseil de presse. So
I guess it's
that's terrible.
It's a bit better, I guess. So that's why I just wrote it down. Sinon, il y en avait d'autres. Il y avait un autre qui était if you wanted to go and find out who bought a certain building.
Yeah.
Hein?
Okay,
c'est plein d'affaires qui ont oublié de nous envoyer. Okay, depuis, je sais que ça existe, mais je sais pas où.
Okay, I can give you that.
Awesome. Parce que si on veut voir justement si quelqu'un s'est fait briber, tu sais, on veut pouvoir prouver que des...
Il y a something called les trucs des pros. So you can copy the link there. So it's saying different sites. It's called the invisible web. Is that how he referred to it? So sites where you can find public servants at the federal level, for instance, specific fonctionnaires, specific direct phone numbers for
Well, this is useful. This is where most of the work gets done, because if you can't get these links, you're screwed.
So it's open there, so you'll be able to
Storify?
It's a Storify bit. So on bringing all those links together. Retail, la fonction publique du Québec, professional orders also. We deal a lot, journalists, we deal a lot with lawyers and stuff, so you can find the tableau des barons. So that's what's funny about, or interesting rather, about professional orders. You can find a number of
Everybody's registered.
I'll show you a trick. You know, Mélanie Joly, she's a lawyer. So you just type her name. You go to the Barreau du Québec, which is the professional order of lawyers in Quebec. And you'll always, it's the same for doctors and psychologists and everything. There's also always a bottin des avocats, bottin des professionnels. So Mélanie Joly, lawyer. So let's look her up. Joly, Mélanie, trouver. Oh, there she is. And fill this captcha. Oh, there you go. There's Mélanie Joly's private private email, direct phone number. So it works with Brian Mulroney, works with not Jean Charest, but he
I think
so, but often Lucien Bouchard, you would be surprised. You find sometimes you got 3 phone numbers, a fax number, and an office number, but sometimes it's the direct line. So I don't remember. I think Julius Gray. I think one time I found his number there, and I was expecting a receptionist. But oh, Mr. Gray, well, it's really interesting. You can find.
What's his favorite scary movie?
Collège des médecins, ingénieurs, registre des aéronefs. You can find if you have the 4-letter word, 4-letter mark. On appelle ça la marque en français. 4 letters that are painted on the side of an aircraft. You can look up who owns that aircraft. We used to do an exercise with when I was giving workshops on that at the CDC. We used to let off an alarm sound. Oh, we just learned that a specific aircraft has crashed in downtown Montreal. The letters are da 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 da. And it was TVA's helicopter that we were simulating. But after a couple of years after, the TVA chopper really did crash, so we stopped using that. We stopped using that as an example. But the best tool is that one, le registre des entreprises. You know that one? Wait, no?
Ooh. I'm trying to.
Registre des entreprises. Le registre des entreprises is you can find the owner of any company. Corner dépanneur, all the way to.
Except for ours, I'm on the board now.
Oh, yeah?
I was trying to find our RET number. I couldn't.
No, I did not.
I suck at computers.
Companies, but also non-profits are supposed to be registered there. I never checked CUTV.
No, it's not. No, it's not Concordia. It's Community University Television / thing Concordia.
Radio Canada said that the protest yesterday was in solidarity with the rioters in the reserve there.
The rioters?
The rioters, yeah.
The
rioters. My God. Les émeutiers. Hard to tell me. On the right side, I got his website. Bookmarked.
Is there a company that you want to
know?
Which owner?
825.
825. Oh, the highway.
Yeah.
Oh.
The toll booth.
Oui, consortium A25. You just type in 825. Bon, il y a 20 dossiers. La Voto A25, but concession A25. Concession A25. So you see it's the same number here. It looks like it's the same company. It's try that. And then you've got concession à dessin. It says domicile here, but it really is the siège social, the headquarters of the company. And, but low, if you go down, you've got les associés, you've got the the shareholders of companies. So okay, you see that commanditaire, concession à dessin, funding 2, Bay Street. Bay Street. Okay, so you start that, and you sometimes have to dig deeper. I would look up those MIP Quebec Holdings, concession à dessin, funding 2. What's that? You can use it to sometimes.
To dig further.
Yeah, to dig further. Sometimes you stumble on number companies. You just copy the number and paste it back on the search tool, and you dig deeper. I show students where does Tony Crusoe lives. There's his address. And what you were mentioning, Dave? Where to, how to find the taxes, who owns a building, or
Right.
So you can find it. It's called the l'évaluation.
Can I just type in
L'évaluation
Explorer
foncière.
fund?
Yeah.
I have the bookmark.
Well, yeah, I'll leave it
Okay,
open
cool.
so you can take it up. Take it down.
Yeah,
So évaluation foncière. Well, this building we know it's. But who owns a building here or knows?
UTV or no?
University.
Yeah, but I mean, they own the building, they own the internet.
Yeah.
But is there someone who owns a building or a house or?
Probably not in this one.
Or knows someone who does?
Sure.
Parents or.
Camera shot.
You're not going to film me eating a za'atar, are you?